What is going on, everybody? Today, we're going to take a look at Byron Murphy and really analyze what the Seattle Seahawks first round defensive tackle did against the Los Angeles Chargers. There's a lot of upside with this kid, man. You see the movement that this guy has. You see how this guy's able to be explosive, how this guy's able to disengage with guys. And he didn't have a game in which he didn't have 5 sacks. He didn't have 10 tackles for losses. But the guy was good. He was consistent. He was disengaging. And he was showing some upside. And that's all you can look for in a young player going up against mostly backups. Now, on this first play here, Murphy's going to do a great job. He's going to slant towards the right. Now, this is designed by the coach. Really good design. Murphy slants to the right. As Murphy slants to the right, you're also going to get a linebacker to blitz. You kind of see that right away. And essentially, you're trying to force a safety on this one. And they got super close. The linebacker was not able to make the play before the running back got back out of the end zone. But you see that play that's designed, and Murphy was a part of that. To me, that's trust in a coach to know that Murphy will be able to properly jump towards the right. Now, more than that, I like the fact that as Murphy does slant towards the right, with his right arm, he's going to rip right there, and he's going to break the contact of the right guard. And he's going to be able to set himself up into the backfield. Now, again, the play was already made. But I do like the fact that Murphy's right there. He's able to beat the block. He's able to get past the 2 offensive linemen. And he's essentially right there to help clean it up. That's a really, really nice play. There are a lot of other plays where this guy was flashing. There was a lot of other plays where he was almost able to make a play. Let's get into this next snap here. He doesn't actually get the sack or the quarterback hit, but he does pressure the quarterback a little bit. Keep in mind, he is double teamed initially because he is lined up in that 3 technique. Again, to me, the fact that this guy's able to get in the backfield, and this pass is intercepted, but the fact that Byron Murphy, who's going to have the center and right guard essentially step to him, he is able to get past the center on this one. So you get the double team, right guard's going to put the left hand out there. Murphy's going to end up going against the center. He's going to first get his hands to the inside. He's going to bull rush, and that bull rush is going to turn into a swim move. Look at him with the right hand pull forward. Right arm comes over the top. And you see him have the arm pinned. To me, that's a good pass rush right there by Murphy. This is what you want to see from a rookie going up against a backup center, but nonetheless, he's still pass rushing. He's still showing a little bit of upside. Now, again, one of the things you guys are going to see a lot on tape with my film breakdowns, especially preseason film breakdowns, is you're going to see me really discuss a lot of traits. We're going to discuss a lot of pass rush moves. We're going to discuss how this guy handles the run. How a guy's able to do in his rookie year, because those are the things he's going to continue to fine tune. Those are the things he's going to continue to get better at. Now, here's a running play. He's going to do a great job at the point of attack. This is the Byron Murphy special, or whatever you guys want to call it. But essentially, he's going to drop that knee. And I love how he takes on the double team. I love how he drops that knee. Essentially, he uses it as an anchor point. He's going to take the double team on. He doesn't get moved at all on this. And I love the fact that there's no movement generated. To me, this is a really, really good job by Byron Murphy to be able to hold the gap. And you see essentially there's no movement to that side. And as there's no movement to that side, the running back cuts it back towards the left. And he ends up getting tackled for just a gain of 1 yard. Alright, you guys, check this next play out. You're going to get Byron Murphy to essentially blow up a play on 2nd and 9. He's going up against Brendan Hymus, who has been the backup center for the Los Angeles Chargers for a couple of years now. Hymus is one of those guys that I personally liked coming out, but he's never really developed and taken that next step. He's always shown flashes. He's always shown that he has upside, but it's just never really come together. Now, I do think Brendan Hymus can be a good backup for the next 10 years. Maybe he'll come in, maybe he'll continue to develop and eventually start. But as a rookie, for Byron Murphy to do this to a guy who's, I think, now in his 3rd or 4th year, that's pretty impressive. You see him do a great job getting his hands onto this guy and essentially resetting the line of scrimmage. This play right here is an outside zone. So the running back should be able to hit this towards the outside and then potentially bend it back if he needs to. And the offensive linemen essentially have reach blocks. You see all these guys trying to reach a gap. And I love the fact that this guy ends up taking this guy on, and more than that, he ends up pushing him backwards. And he resets the line of scrimmage, which forces the running back to have to go underneath it. This is such a beautiful play by Byron Murphy. This is exactly what you want out of a defensive tackle in his first ever preseason action. And I know people are going to say this is backup offensive lineman, and I totally understand that. But if Byron Murphy wasn't making these plays, you would say he's not a good football player. But the fact that he looks to be the best player out there right now, I know his backups, that's a positive sign. That's what you want against backups. You want a guy that's dominating against backups. That's exactly what Byron Murphy is doing. Such a beautiful job on that one. Let's get into the next snap. Now, one of the things I noticed with Murphy as he's pass rushing is there's a lot of snaps where this guy takes his guy and just pushes him right back into the quarterback. On this one here, he's going to essentially collapse the pocket, and 64 ends up hitting the quarterback as the quarterback's throwing this football. And notice how the pass is almost intercepted. That's a really good job right there for Murphy to not actually be able to get the sack because he wasn't able to get around the center, but the fact that he still pushed him into the quarterback. And the quarterback, as he's throwing this ball, is not able to step up. So again, great job right there to be able to kind of impact a play without actually physically touching the quarterback, but essentially he does push the guy into the quarterback. Now, as I stated, he did this a couple of times. Here's one example. Here's another one. This was 3rd and 4. This one's also going to be an incomplete pass. Now, before we move forward, I want to just take a second to give a big shout out to the sponsor of this channel. That is Underdog Sports. And if you're not signed up with Underdog yet, what are you waiting for? Underdog is the best fantasy football platform out there, and their pick'em game allows you to win some extra cash. For me personally, I'm always thinking about matchups when it comes to Underdog. It could be something like the Cowboys quarterback's going to throw for over 20 passes. The Patriots are going to end up having at least 1 interception. Or maybe it's a Bears wide receiver can go for over 75 yards. Essentially, you make 3 picks if you get all of them correct. And depending on the multiplier, you can turn $5 or $10 into $100 or $400. A lot of my videos are demonetized, so I would appreciate it if you guys can support Underdog for supporting this channel and allowing us to continue to do film content on this channel. There's a link down in the comments below, so make sure you guys check that out and support this channel. Now let's just get right back into this video. Here's another one. This was 3rd and 4. This one's also going to be an incomplete pass. He doesn't get as close to the quarterback on this one, but the quarterback does get the ball out because he feels pressure off the left side here. But again, you see, once again, Byron Murphy's pushing his guy backwards. Now on this play, you also do see that he's going to try to rip. Doesn't work that well, but you do see he ends up getting double teamed as well. To me, I want to see more pass rush from this guy. I want to see this guy get true one-on-one pass rush attempts. You know, on this play here, one of the things you'll notice is you got a guy in the 3 technique here and a defensive lineman on the outside here. And because Murphy's lined up in the 2-eye technique, he's going to end up getting double teamed here, as opposed to the 3 technique's going to get a true one-on-one. So I want to see Byron Murphy also get those attempts to have a true one-on-one, right? So just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. Murphy's not going to get home on this one, but I do want to just point it out because you see him try to pass rush. He does a couple of different things. This is why this guy was the first defensive tackle taken. He's going to get out of his stance. Right away, he's going to hesitate. So you see that fake movement right there. He's trying to essentially show this guy that I might go right, I might go left, I might come back. You don't really know what I'm doing. Referred to as the hesi move. Keep in mind, he is double teamed on this one as well because he is in that 2-eye technique again. But as I stated, I like that he's going to hesitate out of his stance. As he makes contact with number 64, look at him pass rush. He's going to get both hands on 64. Left arm's going to come over the top. In my opinion, he beats 64 here. If the guard's not there, he would theoretically get pressure on the quarterback. But this is one of the things that ends up happening with defensive tackles. There's a reason why defensive tackles play 600 or 700 snaps and only get 6 or 7 sacks and 6 or 7 quarterback hits, is because there's a lot of guys that are going to get double teamed, especially depending on how you're lined up and how you're kind of utilized. And honestly, this is what makes Byron Murphy unique, right? Is because you can line him up in multiple spots. Now on this one here, love the formation. You're essentially putting Byron Murphy to the outside of the defensive tackle because you want him to have his true opportunity in a one-on-one situation. And when you give him that opportunity, he almost gets home on this one. I mean, the movement, the quickness, the ability to beat the offensive lineman on this one, it's phenomenal, right? You see him change direction. You see as he gets double teamed, he's able to split that. He gets home. Unfortunately, he isn't able to bring the quarterback down. Now, it's not a huge deal. It still results in a sack. This was 2nd and 11. Still resulted in a sack. But I would have loved for Murphy to get his first official sack. I know it's preseason, so it doesn't count. But it would have technically been his first sack. The guy has upside, man. There's only one other play that we'll get into here in a second. But the guy has so much upside. I'm very happy that the Seattle Seahawks drafted this guy. Because if as many quarterbacks did not end up going as we essentially saw, Byron Murphy would have been a top 7 or 8 pick in any other normal draft. The guy has crazy movement. He has crazy skill. And there's no character concerns with this guy either. Byron Murphy truly, truly loves the game of football. And that's one of those things you can't really measure with guys. You know, do they love the game of football? Are they going to give effort? Are they going to try to get better? With Byron Murphy, that's definitely the case, right? The guy wants to be great. And I think there's a chance he's going to become a really good football player. Now, most defensive tackles do take some time. Usually, defensive tackles don't become impactful players in year 1 or 2. Usually, it takes them until like year 3 or 4. But I'm excited to see what Murphy can eventually develop into. Really, really good football player. Showed a lot of flashes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider subscribing. We will be covering the Seattle Seahawks this year, which obviously includes Byron Murphy. And they also have some other young players that I'm excited to talk about, including Christian Haynes. We'll also follow up on Olu Oluwatimi because we have seen that he's kind of been struggling a little bit. And watching his tape specifically, I think I see what the issue is with him. We'll talk about that probably in a separate video this week. Thumbs up, subscribe, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time with another video.